Football, it's a simple game, they say. 22 players, 1 ball and 2 goals. But within that simplicity lies a world of passion, drama and endless debate. And no debate rages hotter than the one we are about to have today. Who is the greatest of them all? For years, the conversation was dominated by 2 titans. They pushed each other to unimaginable heights, breaking records that we thought would stand for a lifetime. But the beautiful game never stands still. New challenges have emerged. One, a Brazilian artist who plays with a smile on his face. The other, a French phenomenon, a blur of speed and power. So today, the debate is bigger. It's more complex. It's not just goals and flair. It's data, trophies, moments and impact. We are comparing 4 of the most incredible footballers of this generation. Goals, assists, trophies, moments of magic, carry their teams, perform under intense pressure, inspire millions. This isn't just about statistics, it's about impact. So let's set the stage for the ultimate football showdown. On one side, Lionel Messi, the quiet magician from Argentina. In another corner, Cristiano Ronaldo, the relentless powerhouse. Then Neymar Jr., the dazzling Brazilian maestro, and Kylian Mbappe, the French superstar with the world at his feet. Each has a legitimate claim to the crown. Each has a legion of devoted followers. First, let's introduce the man many believe has already settled this argument, Lionel Messi, a boy from Rosario who overcame adversity to become a giant of the game. His list of achievements is staggering: countless league titles, and finally the World Cup in 2022. Messi is not just a goal scorer, he's a playmaker. He sees passes that no one else can. Split screen, Messi holding the World Cup, Ronaldo with the European Championship. Cristiano Ronaldo, a force of nature from Madeira. He embodies dedication, ambition and sheer willpower. He has conquered England, Spain and Italy, winning league titles everywhere. All-time leading international scorer and Champions League top scorer, an athletic marvel, a goal machine. Next, the artist, the entertainer. Neymar Jr., from Santos to the world, joy and flair in every touch. Quick feet, dazzling dribbles, audacious tricks. Finally, the heir apparent, Kylian Mbappe, a teenager who took the world by storm and a World Cup winner. Raw speed, clinical finishing, the future seems to belong to him. Each has a legitimate claim to the crown. Each has a legion of fans ready to argue their case. Today, we present the evidence and we dive into the greatest debate in modern sport. Chapter, Stats Don't Lie, Let the Numbers Speak. When you try to separate these 4, the numbers are a good place to start. Goals, assists, trophies, the baseline metrics. Messi and Ronaldo, numbers that are simply mind-boggling. Over long careers, consistency defines them. Messi hit 91 goals in a single calendar year, an unbelievable feat. He also leads in assists, a dual role as scorer and creator. Ronaldo reigns on the big stage, over 140 Champions League goals, and more international goals than any other male player. Headers, thunderbolts, clinical penalties, a complete scorer. Neymar's goal involvement for club and country is exceptional. His time alongside Messi and Suarez created one of football's deadliest trios. Mbappe has already scored over 300 goals, terrifying for someone still in his mid-20s. His goal-per-game ratio rivals the all-time best. If he continues, Mbappe can challenge Messi and Ronaldo in raw numbers. The numbers suggest a peak even higher than we have seen so far. Statistics give structure to debate, but they don't tell the whole story. Impact, context, and moments matter as much as raw totals. Now, style, how they play the game is their signature. Beyond numbers, style separates these players. Their styles are their signatures. Signature moves that define them. First the artist, then the athlete. Enter the entertainer and the explosion. Styles we'll examine next. Lionel Messi is the artist, a footballing purist. The ball is tied to his left foot as if by a string. He conducts the game, seeing geometry others miss. Cristiano Ronaldo is the athlete. Power, speed and aerial mastery. He can score any way, feet or head, a symbol of confidence and relentless work. Neymar brings yoga bonito, flamboyant, unpredictable, entertaining, a master of one-on-ones when fit, unplayable. But injuries and controversy have punctuated his story. Kylian Mbappe is the explosion. One word, speed. He slows, then bursts past defenders, finishing is clinical. A modern, direct, devastatingly efficient forward. Different signatures, same genius. Their styles define how they influence games, and fans reward what moves them most. Magic, power, flair, or speed. Style matters. but so do moments under pressure. A true great is measured by clutch performance. Next, leadership and clutch moments. Moments that silence critics and define legends. Moments of redemption and absolute brilliance. Let's examine leadership and clutch performance. A true great is measured by their performance when pressure peaks. These moments separate legends from stars. Messi faced criticism and quieted it in spectacular fashion. He led Argentina to Copa America victory, a moment of national relief. Then the World Cup in 2022, the ultimate prize and tournament best player, match-winning goals on the biggest stages. Ronaldo thrives on pressure. Clutch goals define his career. Moments of decisive heroism in finals and comebacks, leadership that goes beyond playing, coaching from the touchline when needed. Neymar's leadership is different. Responsibility through moments of magic. He delivered Olympic gold in 2016 on home soil, yet club-wise, a defining Champions League as the main man remains elusive. Mbappe announced himself in knockout football as a teen. He dragged France back, then completed a historic hat-trick, even in defeat, one of the greatest final performances ever. Clutch moments define legacies. They are where statistics meet emotion. Now, the terraces, where opinions are hardened into passion. Walk into any pub and you hear it. Fierce, passionate arguments. Crowds split into camps, each side convinced they are right. Messi fans say it isn't a debate. Humility, loyalty and supernatural talent. They point to humility and loyalty to Barcelona. His Ballon d'Or haul and artistry are their proof. Then the Ronaldo army, equally passionate. He conquered multiple leagues. They call that the ultimate proof. His professionalism and longevity inspire huge respect. Neymar's supporters make a different case. Football is entertainment. If football is joy and flair, Neymar is the pinnacle. They counter criticism by citing injuries that hampered his narrative. The new generation lines up behind Mbappe. He already has the game's biggest prize, a powerful argument. Terrifying speed and clinical finishing make the present and future his. The debates are fierce, but usually friendly. Passion fuels these conversations. Online, the debate amplifies into global polls and tribal camps. But what do the experts say? Pundits bring nuance to the arguments. Let's hear from former players and analysts. Former playmakers often lean toward Messi. They value his footballing brain and pitch geometry. Unique vision separates him in expert eyes. Striker pundits admire Messi's scoring and creating ability, a blend of finishing and playmaking that astounds attackers. But other experts favor athleticism and mentality, Ronaldo's domain. Coaches admire Ronaldo's professionalism and adaptability. Former defenders say he had no real weaknesses. Success across systems and countries underlines his case. Neymar polarizes pundits. Talent undisputed, consistency debated. Many marvel at his technical ability and imagination, but consistency and injury concerns temper some opinions. For Mbappe, praise is almost universal. Maturity and big game mentality. Strikers rate his speed, intelligence and lethal finishing. The only question, can he sustain it for as long as Messi and Ronaldo? Experts split by perspective. Natural genius versus perfected athleticism. Both cases are valid in different metrics, but ultimately the audience decides. Who wins your vote? Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar, Mbappe? Time to cast your verdict. We laid out the evidence, numbers, styles, big moments and opinions. The raw numbers, Messi and Ronaldo's longevity, Neymar's involvement, Mbappe's rise, the big moments, trophies and defining performances. Do you go with the quiet genius Lionel Messi? He completed football with every major trophy and unmatched artistry. Is his brilliance enough for your crown? Or the relentless powerhouse Cristiano Ronaldo? Success across leagues and dominance in Europe? Is his professionalism and clutch nature your pick? Maybe you pick the entertainer Neymar Jr. for joy, flair and spectacle. He stands alone. Is entertainment the pinnacle for you? Or the young king Kylian Mbappe, World Cup success and a scoring record at a young age? If he continues, he could eclipse the records of those before him. The choice is yours. Vote in the poll, tell us in the comments and make your case. Your voice decides who wears the crown in this video. Before we close, a celebration of the era these four defined, moments that shaped modern football. Let's celebrate four icons. In the end, perhaps the debate itself is the point. The passionate arguments, what keeps football alive, numbers, rewatching classics, reliving the moments. Messi, moments of pure, untouchable genius. Ronaldo, the limits of dedication and athletic perfection. Neymar, a reminder football is joy and spectacle. Mbappe, the promise of the game's future. We lived through an era that may never be repeated, week in, week out. Greatness on display, a rivalry that defined a generation. Then the next generation stepped forward. The torch passed with grace and spectacle. Each player wrote a chapter in football history, each chapter a masterpiece, different strengths, different gifts. They inspire the next generation. Passion passes on. Fans choose new heroes. A golden era stitched into football's history. Rather than diminish one to elevate another, appreciate each genius. We may not crown one king today, but we celebrate four. Four icons who shaped modern football and gave us countless memories. Let's not be sad this era might end. Be glad we were here to see it. Celebrate the memories. Subscribe, vote in the poll, and tell us who wears the crown for you. Today, we celebrate four. Each chapter, a masterpiece. Thank you for watching. Links to sources and stats are in the description.